Hello, everybody, and welcome to Coffee and Conversations with AMR Elite Realtors. It's your girl, Mashana Perry.
And I'm Juanita Winky Kennedy, Associate Broker with AMR Elite Realtors as well.
And today we have a special guest, Miss Kim Lloyd with KEF Insurance Group in Allstate. So, Kim, welcome to Coffee and Conversations. How are you today?
I am wonderful, wonderfully blessed, and I'm glad to be here. Thank you so much for having me.
Well, tell us a little bit about yourself and how you got involved with being an insurance agent.
Okay. Well, I started off, actually, my career started off in nonprofits. And then, due to family members, I had to relocate. And while I was in North Carolina, that's when I was introduced to insurance, working in the claims department. Then, when I moved back to the Washington, D.C. area, I started working for Allstate. And it's been an absolute joy serving my community in that matter. Actually, before Allstate, I was working in risk management, and that's where I learned my skill set in how to teach others how to manage their risks, whether it's for auto, home, or even commercial business. So, and I've been doing this now for about 20 plus years, not to try to date myself. So I'll
All
just go
right.
only, yeah, I only go back that far.
Well, that is awesome. So, because we are appealing to our listeners who
Mhm,
are aspiring to be homeowners, currently
mhm.
homeowners, or they may be sellers, we want to know, can you explain this whole homeowner insurance thing? Like, why is it necessary? What does it cover? Why is it needed for our
Mhm.
viewers?
Mhm. Well, for first and foremost, which I'm sure everybody knows and is obvious, it's required. It's required by the law, and then if you're getting a loan, it's required to have it. You want to have homeowners insurance because you're protecting one of the biggest purchases of your life. This is one of your most valuable assets. So the last thing you want to do is cut any kind of corners in providing protection for it. So to me, that's the main issue. You want to make sure that you've got quality coverage for something that's going to provide shelter for you and possibly help with your wealth building as well.
Okay. And so I know a lot of people may be confused about flood insurance. Is it
No,
extra?
yeah.
Is it included? How
Hmm.
does that work?
Okay, it is not included. And if the water is a really tricky issue for homeowners, if you have damage to your property because of a leak, that's not covered. But if there's accidental and sudden discharge of water, that definitely is covered. And a lot of times, if you have a sump pump and it stops working, water enters the home. That's covered if you have water backup. But if water enters the home through the windows, walls, or doors, that's flood. And that is definitely a separate policy, sometimes which can be paid by your homeowner or it has to come out of pocket. And it's not required only if you're in a flood zone.
Okay. Okay. Y'all hear that?
Right.
So if you have any questions about that, make sure you put them in the comments so we can clarify if you don't
Hmm.
quite understand that. So, what would be the average or the range of the cost for homeowners insurance?
Mashani, there really isn't, because there's so many factors that impact the premium. If you could be eligible for various discounts or not. The zip code. If you've had any claims in the past, so if you've never owned a home, but if you've been a renter and you file claims there, that impacts the premium. So and then the structure itself, the square footage, the type of materials that are a part of the home. So there really isn't one. But if I had to say which one provides the lesser cost, it would be condos.
Hmm.
Okay.
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 So that
And
makes
I have a couple of questions for you, Miss Kim, as well.
Okay.
So when should the buyer start shopping to secure insurance while they're in the home, I know when you're buying a home, there is a process where, you want to call and start to, but what do you think is like the best time? Should it be before you actually get under contract for a house, or should you start getting quotes before you even find the house of your dreams? Which would you propose?
Well, you can start as soon as you see something that you like. But at the end of the day, the only thing that's going to qualify is what the lender actually approves, because when they're creating the loan package, they've allocated a certain amount. For some lenders, they allocate a certain amount for insurance, and they want to know that the insurance premium is going to be a certain amount per month. So once you acquire that information, that's when you immediately need to start talking to your agent.
Okay, awesome, awesome.
Mhm.
And so one of the things that we do here, because we always help small businesses to grow, tell me some things that set your company apart from other insurance companies. Like, what do you do? Do you guys have any specials that you give? Do you give specials like if a person is a federal worker or,
Mhm.
AARP? What kind of specials do you guys give out?
Well, the types of discounts that Allstate offers are a direct reflection on how you've handled your risks, or your personal property. So if you haven't have filed any claims, there's a claim-free discount. If you manage the timing of when you need the insurance, we have something called an early signing bonus. So if you have decided that you want to purchase a home and you need insurance, but the closing date isn't until 7 days or more after that, after the time that you talk to me, you get a discount for that. So it's about different. Now, as far as you being a military uh, vet or something like that. Unfortunately, we don't offer anything like that, but there are so many other discounts that are available. But it just depends on, it just requires having a conversation to get to know you, and what you're eligible for. But those are things. And then if you have your auto, you want to it really makes the best sense for you to bundle everything, because everything feeds off each other, and you acquire additional discounts from that, multiple policy discounts.
Mhm.
So
Right. So you hear that, first time home buyers, it's best to have your home and your car insurance
mhm,
together so that you can get the multi policy discount.
multi-policy, yes, multi-policy
Exactly. So
discount.
that way, you're able to not have to pay a higher premium. So
Right.
yeah, that is definitely a good thing there as well.
And I might want to add that if you are renting and you do not have a renter's policy and you do intend on purchasing a home, get that renter's policy now, because by having that, you're starting your own loss history, your personal loss history. And if when you purchase a home and you have not filed any claims, it makes you eligible for a claims-free discount, which is one of the biggest discounts you'll get in your homeowner's policy.
Oh,
Oh,
that
that's
sounds like a win-win.
yeah.
That's a
Absolutely.
really, really good thing.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Right.
And one more thing I wanted you to expound upon, that homeowner's insurance policy that the first time home buyers have to actually purchase.
Hmm.
Tell us some of the things that it will cover. Like we know that it is fire, and we
Hmm.
know that flood wouldn't be covered unless it was seepage. But can you give us some other things that could actually happen being a homeowner that would be covered?
Hmm. Wonderful question, Juanita. And that's the way I like my customers to have a conversation with me. I don't expect you to know the terminology or whatnot. Just give me a what if, a scenario, and then we'll go from there. So uh, there's a distinct difference between what's covered on a condo versus a home, a single family, or even a townhouse. With a condo, you have those bylaws, and anything interior is provided coverage by insurance, and anything on the exterior that involves the HOA. But the bylaws aren't the same, so you need to collaborate with them to find out what they will and will not cover, and then um, check with your agent to see what will definitely be covered. Anything that you bring into the home, that's your personal property, that's yours. Once you start to make upgrades, then that becomes yours too. Like if you go from carpeting to flooring, hardwood flooring, that then becomes yours. So it's a collaborative effort between the HOA and your agent to make sure that you're properly covered. When it comes to when it comes to homeowners and I mean single families and townhomes, it's from top to bottom. But sometimes what uh, homeowners don't have a good grasp of is the difference between wear and what's wear and tear. So if you have a roof that is 30, 20, 25 years old, and there's a rainstorm, and you have water coming through the roof, of course you're going to call your agent and say, I need a new roof. Well, if they go up there, they send an adjuster out, and if the adjuster sees that the cause of the damage was mainly due to wear and tear, then the claim will be denied. So
Ah,
yeah, so you have to make sure, especially when you're getting your inspections or whatever, that what you're getting into with that roof, because it can be expensive. If there's any wear and tear, you might definitely want to get that addressed, because uh, roof repair is expensive. So that's something that you would definitely want to know about. But and anything that causes anything that's found to be negligent, there's no coverage for that. But the structure of your home, all if it burns down to the ground, it will be built back based on the current day's building codes. And while, let's say, your house burns down, oh my God, where am I going to go? Well, part of your homeowner's policy at no additional cost is called additional living expense. So while your home is being built back, you will be able to stay in a hotel or wherever you want, and your insurance company will pay the cost for that additional living expense. But let's say there is, again, back with the water pump. Let's say that stops working, and it allows water to come into the home, and your flooring is damaged. Well, it will repair the flooring and any kind of water damage to anything else, but it does not replace the sump pump.
oh,
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Hmm.
okay.
Okay. So
Yeah.
we definitely will we definitely need all this information. And then the homeowners insurance policy does cover theft, right? So if
Yes.
something is stolen from
Yes.
your house or it's burglarized or anything of
Hmm.
those things right there. I've always had a problem with replacement costs versus actual with insurance. Can you
Hmm.
give me just about a really quick explanation about that? Because I think a lot of people don't understand that, like replacement and actual costs. I know it's two types. I think
Right.
one covers partial and the other one covers whole. Maybe you
Well,
could.
the replacement cost is the biggest difference between the two is one pays you for the actual cost of it, and one reimburses you. I'd much rather say, for the cost of it less the depreciation.
Mm.
Oh,
So
Right.
okay,
whatever the
okay,
value is at that time.
Right, right.
right.
So when it comes to watches, jewelries, and furs, those three specific things, if you don't have the value of it listed on your policy, it's called scheduling, then the maximum you'll get for it is $1,000. It's definitely worth taking the time to do it, whether your item is appraised or not. Because imagine having a $1,500 pair of diamond earrings that are stolen or damaged in a fire, along with a diamond bracelet that may be worth 5,000 or something, and you're only getting 1,000 for it. Can
Mhm.
you imagine the level of emotion you would have behind that? So
Yeah,
yeah.
understood.
So you want to so you want to make sure that if you have anything of significant value, whether it's sentimental value or what, you want to place that value on your policy, and your agent will walk you through it.
Mhm.
Now, if you have anything that's actually been appraised, then they'll ask you for a copy of the appraisal, and then if anything were to happen, you would get back the price of, I mean, the amount that's listed on that appraisal. And so that's about it.
Well, that is those were some great tidbits, right, Mashana?
Yeah, I got so many great nuggets, the takeaways, and what rings to me so much right now is when she was talking about the roof and the
Mhm,
fact about how important is that home inspection. So for our
mhm,
buyers, that home
mhm.
inspection is vital, so that way like Kim said, exactly what you're getting into
Right.
before you get to closing and sign on the dotted line, all of these things that they won't cost you so much down the line if you can help it, right?
Yeah, yeah, because like I said, they go in thinking that everything is covered. I've got homeowners insurance. Phew, I can sleep with peace now. But if you don't take the time to make sure that those pipes are up to code or whatnot, and then you move in a month later, you've got a water ring in your ceiling, or it's a dripping somewhere, and that dripping uh, eventually will bubble over, and then your ceiling collapses and you've got all this going on. Guess what? No coverage. It's a leak. And by then, mold could have set in and whatnot. So yeah, water is a really tricky situation to be in. But what I beg of people to do is to have a conversation. Knowledge is definitely power. So
Hmm.
when
Yes, it
when you
is.
so and I know a lot of times people are led by cost, but quality is just as important. It's equally important. This is the biggest investment of your lifetime. The last thing you want to do is spend all this money getting it uh, to look beautiful, and then just to have it all crumble down, don't have anything to cover it. You can have the lowest premium in town, but then when a claim occurs, well, that'll be $5,000. You know.
All right. So we learned a lot today.
We did.
A
Knowledge
lot. Even
is power,
myself. I
right?
learned a lot. I'm telling you, Miss Kim. So tell me,
Hmm.
how should clients reach out to you, people that are prospective homeowners that want to insure their home so that you can give them all the tidbits like you just given us today? How do they reach you? We need your contact information.
Okay, well, my email address is Kim, Kim Lloyd, LLOYD, the number 6 at allstate.com. And my phone number is 301-789-2304. And we're located in Lanham, Maryland.
Okay. And we will
Awesome.
also have that posted right above the video, and you can see it in our coffee and conversation group feed so that you can reach out to Kim when you have questions or if you
Hmm.
want to start a new policy. And of course, if you are looking to buy or sell a home, make sure you reach out to us
Mm.
at AMR Elite Realtors with Taylor Property. So that wraps it up for us today, guys. So we want to thank you for joining us. And
Thank you,
Thank
Miss
you.
Kim.
Thank
that's
you.
right. And what are we, Juanita?
We are reliable realtors providing
Exceptional service.
no need to go far. Come on down to
Down to AMR.
AMR.
Thanks for
We
watching,
love you
guys.
guys. Thank you, Miss Kim.
You're
Thank
welcome. Thank
you.
you for
Thanks
having
for
me.
joining us.
All
Have an
right.
awesome
Have a
day.
good day now.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.